Hi, good morning, Nevada. It's John Kohler. This is Nate's Neighborhood. I'm the co-host. This is the big guy right here, Nate Boley.
Hi guys, I'm Nate, obviously, Nate's Neighborhood.
Yeah, he's one of-
John, America's Weatherman, is right here.
Thank you.
As always.
Yeah, check me on Twitter. That's actually my handle. America's
amazing.
Weatherman. I know, I couldn't believe it. Where's Al Roker when you need him? Maybe
He's not on your Twitter account,
he's
that's for
asleep
sure.
at the switch, I think,
Yeah.
for sure.
He's
So,
too busy working, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah, if you haven't been by Nate's Neighborhood, the first part of the show, we talk real smart about real estate trends, talk to some industry experts, and today we have Scott Wells with us on the phone telephonically.
Yeah, so we're gonna, Scott is a local home inspector here in Pahrump with widespread home inspections. And Scott, can you hear us okay there, Scott?
I can.
Okay, good deal.
Hey,
So
there he
if
is.
you could, give us just a general breakdown of your company and what you folks do and what you're about.
Yeah, well, I've been doing home inspections here in the Pahrump Valley for 11 years total. I was a building inspector before that in Las Vegas and have about 20 years of building inspection construction in my background.
Nice.
Got into the home inspections, during the recession times when the construction slowed down, and was doing both for a little bit, and then ended up getting out of the construction and doing full-time home inspections. So that's what I do.
Nice, good deal. And now you inspect homes outside of Pahrump, outside of the valley as well, right?
I do, hence the name of my company, Widespread Home Inspections. So I do inspections all over Las Vegas Valley. I do the outlying rural areas as well, Beatty,
Okay.
Armagosa, places like that.
Perfect. Okay. So now if I can ask you kind of just some general questions for folks that would want to pick your brain. The first one would be, what are the usual items that you could expect to find in any home, during a home inspection or in most homes?
Well, the breakdown of the home inspection, the primary items that we're always going to be looking for are, the major systems such as, the roofing system, electrical, HVAC, plumbing, foundation. We're always going to go through those. Those are going to be our main key items. Something that usually pops up, I would say more times than often, even if it's minor, is going to be electrical. Even if it's a new house, sometimes we find electrical issues, loose outlets, stuff like that. And electrical is always put more high emphasis because of life and safety reasons. So even if it's a minor issue, it should be correct.
Right, because anything that's electrical could create a fire hazard, yeah?
Exactly. Or a shock or anything like that, yeah.
Anything like that, okay. Good deal. And now, do manufactured homes and stick-built homes, do they, do you have a different approach to each one? They are different types of buildings, obviously. So how do you approach each one in a differently as far as you can show?
Yeah,
us?
most definitely. I would say the major difference between most site-built homes and manufactured homes is the crawl space.
Right.
That's not to say there's not site-built homes here in the valley that do have crawl space foundations. But basically all manufactured homes are going to have a crawl space foundation, and that's a whole other inspection that we have to do, looking underneath the house and looking at the plumbing and looking at the HVAC ducts and looking to see how that house is anchored and stuff like that. Obviously, a manufactured home is just that. It's manufactured in a facility and shipped out to the job site. But I would say the major difference is going to be the foundation and how those houses are set on the property.
Okay. Now, if I may ask, and this is kind of a similar question, but at the same time, so you'll obviously find things underneath the crawl spaces where you wouldn't find in stick-built homes. Do you ever find any, do you find any connection to, say, elevated stick-built homes that do have the crawl space and manufactured homes? Are they kind of similar underneath?
They are, as far as there's usually a pier and a beam.
Okay.
But the manufactured homes come on steel I-beams. It's like a chassis built on a steel I-beam, whereas most site-built homes with a crawl space foundation will have a wood beam with some type of pier, whether it be a concrete pier or a steel pier.
Okay. Now, and this is a good question for you here. Why do you feel it's important for folks to get a home inspection before they buy a home or even a commercial building or whatever?
That'd have been my first question. Well, but
Well,
just, it's a lot of people require it, and then a lot of people just like So, oh yeah, you don't want to see that guy. He's just going to bring
and
bad
you
news.
do, yeah, and even as a realtor, you get, there are tons of forms. If somebody doesn't want a home inspection, they're going to have to sign 3 or 4 different documents saying they don't want one.
Right.
So it's obviously, it's such an important thing.
Here,
But just in your own experience, what do you think the best reasons are?
Well, I'm sure you've heard this before. For the average person or the majority of people, it's one of the biggest purchases of their lives.
Yeah.
So that being said, you want to make sure that you know what you're getting. And you're really not going to know what you're getting unless you're a contractor and you're familiar with what you're looking at, or hire a licensed professional home inspector that knows what he's looking at, that can point out what's good, what's bad, and so they're confident in their purchase.
Okay.
Right. Beyond all your experience in construction and all that, so there is some licensing. I imagine they run you through a bunch of classes and certifications. You've probably got letters behind your name that just go on forever.
Who knows? Yeah.
Yeah.
I do. Most of that's because of my background being a building inspector.
Yeah.
I do carry more certifications and licenses than your average home inspector because of my building inspection background.
Right.
Okay.
So you're the good guy to call.
Yeah, he definitely is.
You're the guy we called when we moved down here.
We try to use Scott as often as possible, because he lives in the valley, he knows the valley, and we talk about that on the show a lot. Use a lender that lives in the valley, use a realtor that lives in the valley, use a home inspector that lives in the valley and understands our valley. Right. So let me ask you, Scott, do older homes usually have, or I guess do newer homes have what you would call kind of a cleaner report as compared to older homes, or is it more maintenance and how you live in it, from what you can tell?
I would say that would be true to fact that a newer home, and I tell clients a lot of times, I'll say buying a new house is like buying a new car. You're really going to have less issues. The only things that I tend to find on newer homes are issues that the subcontractors missed during construction. And then the contractor, they usually have a QA or quality control program where they're supposed to catch some of that stuff, but a lot of times they don't. And it's usually minor things, and a lot of stuff maybe in the attic, I'll find, missing light bulb, missing light switch cover, minor stuff, but it's usually stuff by the subcontractors on the new homes. Older homes, it depends, if someone's taking care of the home. If it's been a one-owner home, usually it's in better shape. So, it just all depends on a bunch of factors with the older homes. Good
deal. Now, if I have to, I kind of have to ask this one. What is the craziest thing you've ever come across on a home inspection?
Well, I've done thousands of inspections over the years, and I've seen some crazy stuff, I tell you. The one that comes to mind not too long ago, I was doing a crawl space inspection under a manufactured house, and they had taken 5-gallon buckets, a bunch of 5-gallon buckets, and cut the bottoms out of them and taped them together with duct tape to make an HVAC duct underneath the house.
Whoa.
I'd never seen that before. That was the first.
That's impressive. How was it, if you don't mind me asking, how was it holding up?
It was actually leaking. It come apart and it was leaking. So
turns out that didn't work
well,
out.
And I don't know how long it was like that, but it didn't hold up.
Oh, that's a shame. All right. And now, Scott, one final thing. There are tools of the trade, obviously, a lot of meters and things and stuff you carry around. You do. Can you kind of give us a quick breakdown of the stuff that you break out when you go to do a home inspection?
Well, every home inspector is going to have a ladder, a screwdriver, a flashlight, right? Those are the 3 main items. Okay. Specialty items that I carry, and some home inspectors do, some don't, is a moisture meter. That's good for detecting leaks. I also use an infrared camera. An infrared camera can show hot and cold zones. That's good for electrical. That's good for HVAC, and that's also good for detecting leaks as well. Nice. I also use an aerial drone on every property that I inspect. I take pictures from above. I use that for aid of roof inspections for roofs that are hard to get to, or tile roofs that you don't want to walk on and break anything. So that comes in really handy. And then also for crawl space inspections, I use a crawler drone, a tracked drone with a camera
Oh, that's a
Gets
good
under
time.
there, and it can get to tight spaces that either you don't want to crawl into or you can't get to. So,
I was going to say, yeah, usually I'd be worried about the creepy crawlers, but if you got a robot to do the job.
Yeah, well, you were
That's-
talking
yeah.
about
that's a good
infrared too. I mean, you could check for ghosts.
Yeah, check for, you
Yeah.
could do a haunting inspection while you're there, you know?
Burn a little sage, you know. Yeah.
for years, I crawled under the crawl spaces, and I got this robot a few years back. And now these days, unless I really got to crawl under there or my robot gets stuck, I don't go under there
Yeah.
physically. So,
Good deal. Well, hey, thank you so much. John, you have any other questions for Scott?
No, it's been very educational and entertaining. Yeah, that was
extremely,
good.
yeah, Scott, thank you so much. We appreciate your time. Folks, you can get a hold of Scott. His company name, handsome face, email, and phone number are right there on the screen. If you ever need a home inspection or an inspection of any kind
He's your
on a
hookup.
building, yeah, give him a call. Scott with,
All right, thanks,
with
gentlemen.
Widespread. Yeah, thank you, Scott. Enjoy your day.
thank you for your time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, no, he was a real cool customer. I remember him when we purchased our home, and
Yeah, really, really laid back. You know, very methodical, and he's a home inspector. The thing that I like is he doesn't mind if the home buyer shows up and trails him, and you know, asks questions, and you know,
right.
just
Well,
the
and
general
because of his
stuff that you would wanna
construction
do.
background, you know, you get a real grounded answer. It's like, oh, why do I need that?
Yeah.
You know, yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Like
So,
a lot.
And we've
Oh,
got
so
we've
that-
got a tour coming up in the second half.
Yes, and that
Yeah.
was an exciting place. Actually, I hadn't been over to this neighborhood. It's Ovation. So-
Ovation, yeah. So we're going to get to it here on the other side. We'll be right back, guys.
All right. Welcome back to part 2, Nate's Neighborhood, episode 19.
Hey, guys.
That's-
All right, so we got the tour.
We got the tour. I always
We
love
got
the tour.
Scott, and that was super helpful.
Yeah.
And educational, of course, like you said.
Yeah, yeah.
And now we got the tour, which is a place that we've never been.
Which, and yes, actually, and it looks like it's brand new. I mean, like a brand new part of the world almost.
It really is, yeah.
'Cause
So
it was
it's
right at the end of Ovation. I
Yeah,
mean, like,
so
we
and this
went,
is-
we drove.
yeah, and that's it. If you want to live in Ovation, or if you want to go tour a home in Ovation, you got to go into Mountain Falls
Yeah.
and essentially go all the way down, and it's at what is currently the end of the road for Mountain Falls, but they're still building.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. So it is a community within a community.
yeah. This
Yeah.
one is, and they'll end up being a gated community, right? Once they sell all the units, is that kind of the
Yeah, well,
plan?
yeah, and so at the moment, Ovation has its own gate. It is a 55 and up community, so it is a retirement community inside of Mountain Falls. So you can live in Mountain Falls and not be over 55, but if you want to live in Ovation, you've got to be 55 or older. So, and that's because everything there is geared towards active retirement lifestyles. You know what I mean? There's bocce ball, there's a tons of pools, you got the golf course, of
I
course.
finally qualify.
You do.
Yeah.
John's 55,
Man, wow.
so John could sneak on in there if
I
he
think I
wanted.
get the discount at Denny's too now. So
I think,
that's pretty good.
oh, that's amazing. Yeah, so let's,
Should we-
good. We should go eat afterwards and find
Yeah,
out.
should go to Denny's and get you in on my senior discount. Let's look at this house.
I
It was
can't
pretty
wait.
cool.
Yeah, so this is, this is on Clifftop. Which
Clifftop,
is in
right.
Ovation. And again, Ovation is a little bit spendy on the HOA. 192 a month, I want to say.
But they got their own separate.
They've got everything.
facilities.
Everything, yeah. So
Yeah.
here we go with the front shot. This is as we walk up, and these are modern set homes. So they're all going to have a more modern look. They're mostly smaller lots because, again, we're looking at
Right.
retired folks that maybe don't want to have to clean up a lot or do a whole bunch with their
Right.
yard.
But they fill those tiny lots with giant house, and it's
Yeah.
pretty fun.
Yeah, this one was great. It's almost just over 2,400 square feet.
Right. Look at the
And the
cool
front
driveway.
garages, yeah, I love the offset
Pavers.
garage, the pavers, yeah, and it all just, it's strange because as you drive up, John had noticed most of these homes look really small.
Yeah.
Just driving down the street, but then once you get up to them, you realize how tall and grand they actually are.
They are, and tall ceilings throughout the home, and kind of, I don't know if it made it feel bigger or if it just was bigger. I couldn't quite.
I think it was both.
Yeah, it
Beyond the
was-
square footage, the height of the home, yeah. So here's, as you walk in, first thing you see is the kitchen and the huge sliders in the background.
Right.
That is, well, it's
Well, that's looking left.
Yeah,
right?
and that's looking off to the left. There are
Because
bedrooms
off to
and
the right,
everything else
there's-
off to the right. Yeah, so it's an expansive place. So as we come in, we come first into the kitchen. The pantry's back behind there, but you've got,
Monster
you know,
pantry.
the home was built in what, 2019, 2018?
Yeah.
I have the feeling that it's never really been lived in.
Yeah, no,
lived in, but not, you know, fully moved into, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because we were walking around without our shoes on.
Right.
You know what
that
I mean?
was
It's
the
just
deal there.
beautiful, beautiful place. Yeah. So all well kept, all very modern. The huge island there. That flooring essentially goes throughout.
Yeah.
Same color.
Yeah.
And just tons of space.
Yeah.
And there's that huge island again, all the modern lighting fixtures.
Right, and then they've got some nice appliances tucked in on the other side too. You know, washer, dryer, or whatever, disposal. Like I think.
Yeah,
there
the
was a-
washer and the washer is on the island.
Yeah, there is.
Actually, yeah. So this is that first bedroom just up front,
Right.
just off of the front door.
And
So this is going to be your smallest bedroom technically.
Yeah, but
it
you
was
get
pretty
in there,
big.
and it was. I was having trouble capturing just the size of the thing because you want to show the tall ceilings. I think they were 11-foot ceilings.
Yeah, they were definitely taller than 10.
Yeah.
We tried to measure with our jumping capabilities and
Right.
our arm stretches, but we couldn't quite get the number
Right,
down.
so you don't really see the floor space, but these
You
closets
don't.
are huge
They're
and tall.
huge. They all feel spacious
Yep. Oh,
and big,
yeah,
and
this
yeah,
one
every
kinda
door is
captures
at least 8 feet tall.
Yeah.
You know, just the touches and the little details that they put forth in these places are great.
It's a house for giants.
No doubt. Shaquille O'Neal, well, I don't know. Shaquille O'Neal might be too tall for some
He'd
of those.
be comfy in here.
He would. He'd be too big for this toilet. This is an elongated toilet, but this is in the junior suite.
Right, and
So
that
the
was
other
right
room that is just off the front. Yeah. So the last pictures we saw were the junior suite, and this is the bathroom in the junior suite. So
Right.
up front you've got, there we go, and there's back out into the junior suite.
Yep.
Again, tall, wide doors, huge, tall, natural light, loving windows. Same thing on the closets. You know?
And good window treatments too. I mean, throughout, in case
Yeah.
you are kind of on top of your neighbors, but actually, the views looking out were good, and we had some good pictures later.
They were great. So
kind
this
of a
comes
living
back
room.
out into the formal here.
Yeah,
And you know, you could use it as a formal. You could use it as something else if you want, but it kind of screams formal to me, and that's because this space over here is so gorgeous.
right.
This would be your main living area, and you can see you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels there.
Right.
So the one on the left opens up, and you can get 8 feet of open space.
But it's a
Which is
small
pretty
yard.
amazing.
But it's looking right out onto the golf course. Isn't
Right
that
off the
nice?
golf course,
Oh,
yeah. We've got a couple of photos of those coming up. But I mean, all this natural light coming in, it's, man, if you're in a natural light, this house has got it. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, every room has got huge windows. So as you come out onto the patio, again, here's a good shot of these huge sliders, and they're amazing for right around this time of year.
Right, and these neat pavers. I like that kind of pavement.
Yeah, pavers are great, save you on taxes,
Mm-hmm.
and they look better than concrete. So here's your main view of the backyard from the fence line back towards the home.
Right.
And so you can see, it's obviously a smaller yard. You can see, just off the shadow to the right, there's the next home being built. So they're pretty close together. But this is the view you get just outside of that fence right there, which I want to say is the 10th or 11th hole, but I could be totally off on that one.
It's definitely the back nine.
It's
It
it's
was
definitely
deep
the
into the
back
course.
nine, and it's right at the 150 marker. So it doesn't seem to be a spot where you'd get a lot of,
Right.
arid balls flying into that general area. You know what I mean?
Well, and
But
they've
you
got
never
the
know. Golf is
sand
golf.
sand to protect you. Slow down those balls that are bouncing anyway.
Of course, yeah.
But also a nice walking path. So there you go.
Yeah, walking paths for days in that place. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then here's another shot of the backyard. You got the block wall on 3 sides, and on the back you cannot have the block wall, but that would destroy your view anyways.
So
Yeah. So you got to keep that gate there.
yeah.
And back inside through the sliders, here's a look of the main living area with the kitchen and the formal off to the left.
Right.
Just spacious.
Yeah.
Man,
No, it was
you just felt like you were somewhere. You know what I mean? Like
somewhere. Is it the ceilings? Is it the 11-foot ceilings? It just seemed like important. I mean, like you come
The
into
master,
this room.
first shot of the master.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at this. Look at this.
I
Giant.
think it was a mixture. The square footage and as well as the cubic square footage. You know what I mean? The height
Yeah.
of the ceilings. You just feel like you're in a grand
Mounts.
palace to
Yeah.
a certain extent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, great details. The home was loved, obviously. And you can see in every room, in every bedroom, they've already got the hookup to hang up a TV.
We gotta have
So
that.
that's amazing, yeah. And this is going into, this is from, it looks like our shot got a little messed up there, but this is going from the master bedroom, from the primary, into the bathroom.
This is the natural light blowing out the very, very clean white walls.
Yeah. So, and here's your entrance into the primary bathroom, and this thing's got some space to it as well,
It
right?
sure does, and
Big old shower,
lots of
plenty
elbow room for the.
yeah. Yeah, cabinets. I mean, this place has so much storage in it.
Is that 2 or 3 shower heads up on the wall there?
I believe it's, well,
There's some sitting area.
I believe
some-
there's 2. Yeah, you know, strangely enough, I was just staring at the backsplash and how pretty the tile work is in there. I never even bothered to realize it or take a look. And then you've got, man, this is a bedroom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
it's,
no, you
it's got to
could-
be 9 by 10, 10 by 10, maybe not that big, but it's,
Right, you
it
can
feels
put
huge.
It's
yeah,
like a
when you
Harry
go in.
Potter bedroom.
Yeah, it really is. That's a good call.
You got room for his
A little
owl.
reference for you, yeah. So coming back out, this is just kind of an elongated shot, and down towards the end there, you do have the closet, the walk-in closet that we just pictured.
Right.
You know what? I don't think we got a shot of the commode this episode.
Did we?
I don't think we did.
Did
I
we
don't know.
ignore the commodes?
We may have, yeah.
Beautiful
All right, so
appliances.
This one is interesting. So this is coming out of the master, and there's a little hallway that goes down, and you've got these cabinets and this, you know, workspace or storage space or whatever you want to call it,
Right.
or whatever you want to use it for. But then it comes into this huge laundry room.
This was a big size laundry room.
Really big, yeah. So you've got, there's your hookups, okay? So you've got everything that you need right there on one side of the room.
Yaza.
And then the next photo shows that you've got twice as many cabinets. Boom. That's still in the laundry room.
Right.
So it's a big room. You can fold, you can fluff, you can store, you can,
Yeah.
Lord knows, you can do all kinds of things in there. You know?
Lord knows the things you can do in a laundry room. Look at her.
Exactly. And so this is the 4th bedroom. This is the one just off of the laundry room. Or just past the laundry room down
Right.
that hallway, right?
Was there like a den room also? One that didn't have closets, but it was like bedroom sized. It was huge. Was that this house? I think this
I
might be
believe
the room here.
That
I'm
was
not
this
sure.
one. Yeah, this was that den room. Yeah.
Right.
And this had size to it too, you know.
Yeah.
And in this shot, we're trying to get those tall ceilings in. It might even look a little warped. I'm not really sure, but it's, you know, it was goodness. You can just see the height, the space, the natural light, and it's
And cool light
it's an
fixtures too.
expensive
Just
place,
like,
you know,
this
but
one's
it's not.
hanging down here, down along the bar. It just looks like, you know, your private cantina. You could, you know, entertain.
Yeah, just a great look, man.
Okay,
Oh, the
here's the
garage
door.
was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, tons of storage.
And you said it was an offset, and you can kind of see where the offset is. It's that light kind of up on the right hand
Yeah, a
side.
golf cart.
Right.
So yeah, and here you've got
here's-
storage up top and cabinets. There we go. There's the storage.
Right. But there's
And
room
strangely enough-
for 2 cars in there.
Yeah, there was room for 2 full-size cars.
All right. But if you have like a little car or like maybe a golf cart,
If
something.
you happen to live on a
If you
golf
happen to
course,
live- oh, look at there.
look at that. Boom. It perfectly fits a golf cart. That's
Yeah.
for sure, yeah.
So that's
and this
the-
is the cleanest golf cart storage area I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Okay.
So yeah, there was some. It was.
There she is again. Yeah. Well, and it was a great looking cart too.
It was.
I
I guess
stood
I
there
would.
for a moment or two. I was like, you know, I'd drive this thing up and down. You know, why not?
You know what this car needs? A garage. And here you got
Exactly,
it.
and
So,
there
yeah.
it is. Yeah, so there's just a ton of value in this place, man.
Yeah.
And if you're up to the HOA and you're willing to, you know, it's more about, it's not about the cost of the HOA, it's more about what you are going to get out of it. If you're going to have that active lifestyle,
Right.
and you're going to, you know, get out there and play bocce and play tennis and do all of the,
Golf.
yeah, the classes and the golf and everything that they hold out there for folks. You know, at the very least, go down to Ovation, see Jonathan Hess. He's their sales guy down there. Mention my name, though, if you go tour, because then, you know, strangely enough, I can't help you if you start with him and not me. But they're great folks down there.
Yeah.
You know, they'll walk you through everything. They'll show you everything that there is to find. And there's a lot of value there. So
Yeah.
Ovation's a good place.
Good neighborhood.
Yeah.